At this point I want to add a new layer into my composition just above all the others, and I want the skull of this bull appear at this moment in time and disappear at about this moment in time. Okay. At the end of his presence in the scene, I want his size to be more or less like this, and his position I want to be this. So I fix that value with a keyframe. So I go back to the beginning, I scale it down, and once again I put the skull into the hole of the layer of the trees. Like I did for the ghost layer, I select the skull layer and I apply an effect, blur and sharpen here a Gaussian blur value at about 3 pixels. Also, I want to animate the opacity, so about here my layer has to be 80% opacity. At the beginning it has to be transparent, so with a value of 0% in his opacity. About here, once again, I click in this icon to place another keyframe, and at the end I want his opacity back to 0. Just to create a smooth transition. At this layer I want to apply another effect, that is distort twirl. Sorry, it's not this. So I have just to select and press delete on my keyboard. The effect is distort wave warp. Here it is. Okay, now I can increase my wave size and the wave direction. I can also give a phase and a wave speed, and maybe I can scale down just a little bit this value. So now I have my martini glass moving, my ghost appearing and deforming, the bull skull appearing and disappearing, and here at the end I want to place another layer, so I can move back to my project windows, and now I want to type something like don't drink when you drive. I finished typing my sentence, and I didn't touch anything on my keyboard, neither on my mouse. I'm pushing my shift button and my up arrow key. In this way, just clicking anytime, I'm selecting all the letters one by one. I can change my workspace to text. With all my text selected, I can choose my font, so for instance Arial Black, maybe a bigger size, something like that, and I move my in point here, and I move my out point of this clip about 1 second and a little bit more before the end of the composition. So at the beginning I want to put my position value about here below, maybe a little bit to the right, like that. I place my keyframe at the beginning, and at the end I move my layer up, like this. So now I created my basic composition the martini, the ghost, the school, and the text.